Hello, Aquarius Collective. This is Zaida Velgara from Becoming I Am here with your astrology for January, February, March of 2026. I hope you enjoy. So 2026 is a big deal because it is in the groundwork for our 9-year cycle that we're entering into. It is the time of the magician where we're planting seeds. So I want to know what's awakening inside of you, where we're going from, and then we're going to go through every single month, January, February, March, and see how that goes out for you. So first of all, the chakra. This is the energy center inside of you that you will be focusing on in this new 9-year cycle, especially for 2026. So let's see what's activating. This is interesting. Look, we have the key and it says recovery. And it's purple, so it's talking about a crown chakra. I feel like there is, I heard a reinitiation to some kind of understanding that you had lost from before. So this can be like connecting to your roots. This is understanding the work of the matrix through religiosity and then figuring out how you can actually channel that to your truest essence, things like that. But there is like definitely the beginning of a journey to awaken something that was lost when it came to connection between you and your higher self. Look at that. South Node in the past. Tell me if it's not that. I really feel like, and this number 33, that's big for me. 33 is big because it's like the end of the journey of Jesus where it was all sacrificial and then he evolved into something more. I feel like you're recuperating some kind of lost knowledge about yourself from a past life, from a past experience, from things that you used to be that you kind of muted because of the people that are around you and the environment you're in, and that you didn't feel safe to be authentically you. That's coming back to you. Like South Node for me has a lot to do with all the past, all the experiences, all the lives that we've had, all the knowledge that we've acquired through this whole human existence. And sometimes it's really hard because that also includes all the past pains and hurts and traumas that you had of all those previous experiences having to come back to you. And I feel like what's happening, it's like you've already did all the negative part, and now it's time for you to get the positive part that comes from that. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but I'm strongly feeling that. I need more on this. This is arrows, and look, it's a mouth, and it has a diamond in it. And this is hidden to you. Didn't even know you have this. Whatever it is that's coming back for you, you didn't even know you had it. It's like an awakening to it. I want that one. And sugar. Oh my gosh. And look at how the diamond looks on both of them. Here, let me turn it over so it's straight. Here, the diamond is gray and the mouth is gray and everything is gray. And here, the diamond is blue. And if you look at it, it looks like an eyeball that's opening, or maybe like a mixture between an eyeball and a mouth. I feel, Aquarius, whoever I'm talking to at this moment, is one of these people that you've had to keep your mouth shut for a long period of time. Like, you were different. That's fine. Most of us are, especially if you're in this channel, you're legit different. Okay. And you had to like mute yourself to be accepted by the people that you were in, so you wouldn't be casted out. Like the shadow aspect of a Sagittarian. Sorry, you probably need to see Sagittarius reading. I'm sorry, maybe something's linked there for you, but the shadow aspect of Aquarius is the need to belong, right? And instead of you being the salt of the earth, the uniqueness of the earth, and then having people change into you or want to desire to change into you, because you're representing the star, right? Um, Instead of doing that, you changed into what everybody wanted and you lost yourself for a little bit. And I feel like starting next year, it's like you're getting access to a memory about yourself. And this is going to make you have like a sweet tongue, like a silver tongue, like the way you speak, the way you you express yourself, the way that people understand you is going to be so different than before. Like before, people might have thought that you were coming from an arrogant place, or you were this or you were that. Like they judged you so harshly by the words that came out of your mouth, right? But then I'm feeling this energy of they're finally going to understand. I feel like maybe the way that you understood things, you spoke about things, you move forward, etc., was coming from a different dimension than the rest of the world, if you guys can understand. Like it was senior year of high school level, and the rest of the worlds were kindergarten level. And I feel like people are going to start getting more open enough to understand that, oh, wait, the information this person's giving is not wrong. It's just way beyond what I understood. And I think it's time for me to listen. If that makes sense, I hope this is making sense to somebody. It feels like the thing that's awakening is something in your throat space where you're speaking, and it's like sweet to other people's ears. That's it for like the overall theme of 2026. I want to now go through January, February, March, April, May. Okay. So January, because for me, January is the year of death. It's the coldest year. I mean, the coldest month of where I'm at. January really is long. I feel like January is so long. They should put a holiday somewhere in the middle of that so they could break it up so it doesn't feel like so forever. Anyway, so I'm using the Santa Muerte cards for January. I'm just going to do a quick pyramid. The first thing we have is the Queen of Gold. I was going to say the Queen of Pentacles. Then we had the Three of Cups in reverse. Then we have the Devil upright. Then we have the Four of Swords in reverse. And we have the Nine of Swords upright. Oh, this is very interesting. And then we have the Sun. Oh, January feels like it's going to be I do really feel like it's going to be a death month for you, Aquarius. Now, that death doesn't mean that, oh, someone's going to die or something, but it feels like you're sitting in this energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is very grounded, stable, kind of in their own world, in their own zone. Any decision they make is practical. Any decision they make has to have equal reciprocity or an ideal turnaround. Does that make sense? Like you must feel that you're going to get a gain for whatever it is that you're going to do. All right. And one of the things that I'm looking at is the fact that you're done playing other people's game. You're done celebrating with people that are not worth it. You're done being stuck in like this love triangle. I keep hearing love triangle with certain people, and because you're realizing that was your trauma bonding. So the Devil card for me really does feel, remember how in the beginning I was saying the shadow aspect of Aquarius is give up of yourself and mute your light a little bit so that you can get along with everybody else because you don't want to be alone. That's what I'm seeing here. You're starting to realize that you have given up way too freaking much for certain people, places, and things just because you didn't want to be alone, or you thought that nothing was going to work out for you. It doesn't matter how you're going to fill in that blank. Okay, all of us have our doubts, our worries, our fears, our insecurities. That's here. And I feel like you're not asleep to it anymore, because the Four of the Swords came in reverse, and Sword for me upright is kind of like, I have to meditate on this. I have to sleep on this. I'm not really sure what directions to take. You're not asleep anymore. You don't need more time to think about it. You know the truth about the situation, and it's the Nine of Swords. You're drowning in it. You're drowning with these people. You're in a sinking ship. The Titanic has been broken. You can play all the instruments you want, but this bitch is going down. And I am not going to stay here to be with these people in this sinking ship just because, oh, we're friends. No, you're not my friend. You used me like I allowed you to use me. And now it's time for me to move on. And that's the clarity that you're getting in January. In the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you. This is funny. This is the Eight of Swords. I love this Eight of Swords. I mean, Eight of Cups. I love this Eight of Cups because it's kind of like the cups are broken in the bottom, and then there's two cups up in the top. So there's a new connection that you might be going toward, okay? Or it might be the new connection to your spiritual team, right? It might be a new connection to people, places, things, people that are the same soul frequency as you. I feel like you're flying the coop is what I see with that in January, and you're moving in a new direction, Aquarius. It kind of makes me like, just look at him. He's like, I'm free. He's going through these two cups, and then he's leaving all this behind because they're broken cups. There is one cup sitting in the bottom there, but it's amongst all the broken cups. I think the offer is shit. Like, if the past is asking you to stay because they're willing to do something for you, the offer is crap, because it's amongst all the broken cups. It's just pretending to be a good offer, and it really won't be. So you guys take that as it resonates, but I'm like, I think that you've already tried that old world, and it gave you nothing. So, I mean, what did they say? The insanity is repeating the same thing, hoping something different's going to turn out from it. That's what I'm going to tell you about that situation. You already tried there, been there, done that, whatever. You gave all the opportunities, you cried tears, you try to finagle every way possible. This is acceptance. You are who you are. You're not like me, and I'm moving on. So that's January. February. February, I think it falls around your birthday, actually, Aquarius is. So let's see. I think also January, like some of January, some of February. So let's find out what's going February. Again, I'm going to do the pyramid, and I'll tell you what I'm seeing. We're starting off with the Four of Wands. I mean, you're flying the coop in January. This looks like a new house in February. There is the Three of Swords. There is the Eight of Pentacles. Six of Cups. Five of Swords in reverse. Strength card. And the bottom of the deck has the Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords is that you're starting something new. So February looks like you're starting a new venture. This can be a new, and because it's the swords, it can be something that's going to give you some new ideas, some new insights, some new information that is strongly going to help you, right? So this is like learning something new, but you're still in the beginning stages of it. But February feels like you're learning new things, okay? And the reason you're learning new things is because the Four of Wands, you're moving into like a new home, right? And this can be a new place of work. This can be a new state of mind. This can be you're doing something to tend to your physical body. That's a temple of your body. So that's like a new home. It can be a new car. It doesn't matter. It's just something that creates like a foundation that you will be working out of. You're moving into a new version of that. And this can even be a new state of mind, but I really do think it's physical, based on what I'm seeing here. I am seeing also the Three of Swords. You're not doing this like without a heavy heart, because you do establish connections, you do have love for, you do like I don't feel you're inherently a person that's trying to do harm to others. And you know that walking away from certain situations, certain individuals are going to hurt. And there is this sadness about that, right? But then you also keep in mind that it's like, I helped as much as I could. I did as much as I could. I tried as many things as I could. I can't change something that doesn't want to change. So there is a heavy heart on this, but still it's there. And this really does have to do with something that you are actively working on. This is why, because the Eight of Pentacles is talking about work, and this can be education. This can be your actual work. This can be personal growth and development. You see? So I do feel like there's sadness in the time, the energy, the effort, the things you tried to fix and didn't fix, the things that you tried to move forward and didn't want to move forward. This is the woulda, shoulda, coulda. Like, I should have done this. I could have done this. I would have done that if this would have happened, you know? But you have to keep in mind that a relationship doesn't matter if it's platonic. It does not matter if it's romantic. It does not matter if it's familiar. Requires two sides. And if you're putting 110%, but the other side is not willing, not even to put a dime in, it's not going to go anywhere, because you're going to get tired. And so here we see, and this is what I find interesting, what you're moving away from, the thing you're moving back into, is the Six of Cups. And this goes interestingly about that South Node keys energy that I'm seeing here. I feel like whatever you're stepping into, be it a new job, a new mindset, it doesn't matter, a new home, it's more aligned to who you essentially truly are, your South Node energy. Like what, oh, that made me dizzy. Wow, that feels like a strong download. It's connected to that download that you're going to be receiving in 2026, because it does feel like an open door, and it does feel like it's something to the South Node. And I feel like, because the Five of Swords is in reverse, and for me, the Five of Swords is a wounded warrior, I feel like the old wound that held you back. Oh my God, that reminds me of what I told you in the beginning. So rewind, where I said South Node energy is where you have all the knowledge from all the past lives that you've lived through, from all the experiences you've had and whatever. And it's really hard if you're working on South Node energy, because you first have to create and confront all the wounds, all the doubts, all the fears, all the distortions that you had from those past lives. In other words, all your demons, before they give you access to all the knowledge that you had of that life. And that's what I'm feeling for the Five of Swords in reverse. It's like you finally passed all the trials of the wounds of before, and you have accepted the knowledge from them. And that grew your strength and also your will. It's kind of one of those energies where you became stronger now. So if somebody tries to gaslight you to make you feel unsure of yourself, of your abilities, of what you're able to do, and how you're supposed to move over, I am forward. I just heard move over. They want you to move over, and they want you to be put back in your little box instead of you thriving and being the person that you are, whoever they might be. And this can even be a thing inside of yourself. You know, those voices, the stupid voices that teach, that we got taught, you know, all those people that used to tell us you can't do this because the world is like that and blah, blah, blah. These become the voices in our head. And so it feels like that's what they want you to do, to go back to what you were, but you're not going to be that anymore. And that's why you end February in that energy of the Strength card, because you said what you said. And that reminds me of that song, Paint the Town Red. Last year, 2025, this year, that song was my jam. I think I repeated that. Oops, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead, you know? I think I would repeat that to myself. It was my daily mantra. You know, that's what I'm feeling for you. You're starting to turn into your daily mantra because you finally overcame those wounds. And then the last part that we're going to look into is March. Let's see what March is going to do to you. I just want to talk about this. I parted the deck, and it's the Six of Swords to the Lovers. Like, making choices that'll keep you in this calm energy. You're like, yeah, I don't want the drama. I did that. Don't want that no more. So let's create this pyramid before we start. That's interesting. 2 cards flew upside down right away. The first one that flew out is the 5 of Cups in reverse. The second one that flew out is the Moon card in reverse. We got the 3 of Swords again, and we have the 8 of Cups again. 8 of Cups is the ending of January's energy. So it seems like you're walking away from more than one thing. Oh, and then we ended up with the Fool card in reverse and the 2 of Cups upright. And the bottom of the deck, here you are again representing with the Queen of Pentacles. This is how you started. This is how you started the year, in the energy of being very practical. I feel like you're prudent, you're wise, you're sovereign, you're practical, because before you lived a lot in La La Fantasy Land. People are going to change. Things are going to be better. All I need to do is put more energy on this. Everybody is good, inherently good from the inside out, blah, blah, blah. I see the person's potential, fill in the blank. And now you're starting to be that practical person. Like, I'm not saying that you don't believe in butterflies and rainbows, but you know where butterflies and rainbows are real and where butterflies and rainbows are just a fantasy based on a wound. So we start off with the 5 of Cups in reverse going to the Moon and the 3 of Swords. That actually looks bad, but it's actually pretty good, because what I'm seeing is I see this situation clearly. There's no need for me to cry for a situation that really was not going to give me shit. And this sword, 3 of Swords, on February felt like it was you feeling a little bit torn up of the fact of the woulda, shoulda, couldas. Here, it feels like the other part of the situation is in the woulda, shoulda, couldas. And so that sounds like a them problem, because you're in the energy of walking away. And the interesting thing is that in January's reading, the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, so the walking away, the guy flying in the air towards his happily ever after. And I have to show you this because this is crazy. So in that card, it was the guy flying away to this happily ever after. I have to show you because this is insane. But that was the bottom of the deck energy. That's what's to come that you didn't know is coming. Okay? So this was your bottom of the deck energy in January, right? This is what I'm seeing here in March. Do you see that? The 8 cups and then the 2 cups that he's flying towards up here. That's insane. That is crazy, you guys. I like that. So I like it when the cards kind of confirm it. So I feel like January, something is going to be said. Either a seed is going to be planted, an affirmation is going to be said, blah, blah, blah. But I don't see you actually like completely cutting away from whatever you are over in January until about March. And then it's like, once you walk away, you move into this energy of the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is this strong, action-based energy. Now I have to do this. Now I have to do that, blah, blah, blah. I got to get things done. Because, again, we're having a new connection. And you're no longer fooled, because the Fool card is in reverse, about the past. And again, because it's in reverse, and because I'm feeling like you're walking back into this South Node energy, I feel like though it feels new, it's old. Whoever understands what I'm talking about understands what I'm talking about, but it does. It feels like a new old thing. Okay? And it doesn't feel like, it feels like it's something like soul family, something that's inherently you. And these are the wise choices with the Queen of Wands, Pentacles, that we're seeing yet again in this reading. The wise choices that you chose to make based on everything that you learned from that 9-year cycle that is ending in 2025. Because it was a 9-year cycle. So, last thing I want to do, it's been a hot minute since I used my affirmation cards. Actually, when I started tarot, the number one most important thing that I would always do is I had a couple of affirmation oracle decks, and I would pull a card for myself every single day and then try to see how throughout the day that affirmation card had something to do with the theme of the day. And, you know, I miss using them, so I decided I wanted to use them again starting 2026. So here we go. Here's your affirmation. It says, I acknowledge and accept the feeling I am experiencing in the moment. And in the back, I like them because they're sparkly. Look at that. In the back, it says, I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. Tell me if that's not 100% what this message was all about. Was the decision that you're making in 2026 that you're no longer going to be muting your light, changing your decisions, and suffering because of somebody else. You know who you are. And so either somebody likes it or it doesn't. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, right? I hope this helps.